Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geomologist Presents. Today, we are continuing our cohorts against Nyarlathotep. We are running Masks of Nyarlathotep. I think that's how you pronounce it. But we're using Cohors Cthulhu, which also means we are setting the campaign during the first century Roman era. So currently, it is the reign of Hadrian, if people are keeping track. I think it is, if I look at my notes, because I never remember it, it is
134
134,
AC.
yeah, CE, but that translates to 887 AUC, which is Ube Condita. I think that's how you pronounce it. Someone will correct me. So anyway, so we're playing, like I said, through Masks of Nyarlathotep, and we started with the prologue in the new COC 7th edition collection, which is Peru. And we're not in Peru because that doesn't make sense. In the Roman era, I switched Peru to Germania, and I will continue to move things around as befits more of a Roman era campaign as opposed to a classic 1920s Call of Cthulhu campaign. But before I continue, I will introduce my players who bring way more than I do to the table. So I will go from right to left. So first we have BJ.
Hello, I am playing Apion. He is an Egyptian physician and philosopher and has some magical abilities, which he got to use for the last time, right at the end of last session.
Oh, nice. Yeah. And next we have Amy.
Hello, I'm playing Gerfrid, and Gerfrid is a Germanic freedman. She is a scout, and she's touched by shadow. She
And
also has a tendency not to trust Romans.
of course, from Germania. And last but not least, we have Arlen.
Hi, I'm Arlen, and I am playing Corvir, who is a Belgian auxiliary within the Roman military system.
Yep. So the last time, does anyone remember? It's been some time. We had some interruptions. Does anyone remember what happened last time? I will switch to the right page for reference.
So we made it into a village near the site that we are searching for. Are we supposed to see all of this part? Because we can right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's like a bird's eye view. It's fine.
Yeah. So we made it to a village in the Montes Sarmatici and got ambushed by some more of the weird vampire guys, but we fought them off pretty well. And then we went further into the mountains up to this particular site, this barrow on a mountainside by the lake. And this is the barrow. And then we decided it was time to have a heart-to-heart with Gaius Augustus Licinius. And
the lake area.
Yeah.
Oh, here's those creatures. Those creatures.
Yeah.
The Dergdua.
Yeah.
Yep. And this is their patron. If I can find him. Oh, he's got 3 names. Yes, there he is. Yeah, he doesn't look like a bad guy at all, I don't think.
Yeah.
Right.
He looks like a bad guy. Gaius Augustus Licinius.
Yep. All right. So he got you up there. Go ahead.
Yeah, so we got here. We decided we needed to have a heart-to-heart because there's some kind of weird stuff going on. There's a weird, like, crack in the ground up here, and there's like a charnel pit.
Oh, there's these things too that seem to come from those Dergdua.
Yeah. There's the sort of larvae that are inside them that you have to finish off. Otherwise, they take back over the body.
Yep.
Like the ape, the white ape in Sekiro.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyway, and so we decided to talk to Gaius, I guess, as Lysanias. He didn't want to talk, so he ended up, he cast a spell on some of our party, and then we tossed him into the charnel pit, and
And
he was, not
and
happy
shot
about
him.
that, if I remember.
Yeah, and then he got shot up with arrows.
Oh, yeah, that too.
I think Corbier like pushed him or slashed him into the pit, and then Gerford finished him off with
Mhm.
some
Yep.
arrows. While
Yep.
Apion and Justianius were um, wrestling or fighting because he also cast some sort of enchantment or dromer on the group.
Mhm. So,
Yep.
so those two were little girls slapping at each other in the back.
I think they recovered and they're like, I don't know if this is correct. Apion, you guys are like, just kind of like pretending it didn't happen, kind of like, brushing your hands off and standing up and like, okay, nothing. I don't want to talk about it.
Meant to do that.
Yep. Yep. No, we don't talk about Fight Club type of thing. All right. And then a couple other things. So, another person in this group is this guy, Justianius Aeneas, and he is from uh, North Africa of Nubian descent, and he's written some treatises on things of the occult. And I think you guys have hit it off with him. I'm not sure. I don't know if you trust him. He trusts you guys.
Yeah, we've been hanging out with him, having fun.
Yep.
We're,
And
we're not in Peru, but I bet some descendants of people who live here might wind up in Peru someday.
oh, maybe.
Maybe.
Oh,
They
yeah.
might have to go hide there after.
Oh. Yeah, well,
Sorry.
the new pope was in Peru for a couple decades and also has a Peruvian
Yes, but
national.
back to
Anyway.
Rome. Back to Rome.
Yeah, so that's a connection with contemporary things. Anyway, so there was also a doctor who worked with the Legion, the Legio. I don't which Legio was it? Haminia.
It was 10, right? The
Yeah,
10th.
yeah. Legio 10, Haminia and Vindobona.
Well, it's not. It'd be Gemini, like the twins.
Yeah. Is it? I don't know how to say it in Latin.
I guess it'd be like
Spanish.
a gus. It'd be like Gemini, but
Gemini. Okay.
it's for the twins, right? Castor
Yeah.
and Pollux is
Yep. Right.
the famous twins. But then also the theory is that the Legion got its name because two other legions got beat up in a fight, and so they decided to combine them both into the Reformed 10th.
Oh, nice. So you always get little anecdotes from Arlen, our resident.
Historian.
Well, it was one of Julius Caesar's legions, of course.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
All right. So there was, and then he had a assistant, the late Risa.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, she doesn't look happy there either. But you guys found this golden ward or something, some sort of golden, looked like it got pulled off a wall. With that the Mendicus Mimesio was looking at, and you also found this Greek text that kind of was all the info dump on who maybe these doer were. But here you are at the tumulus, which viewed from the top, if you were to pull away all the dirt, it looked like a pyramid. So that's what I'm using. And then you're here near the pit, and then there are these gray blocks here are chimneys, but I think those ones are covered. They're closed, but there is one that's open over.
This one.
Which is over here. Which is over here. On the far
By
side.
the rubble.
Yeah, where the rubble is, and then there's like you said, there's a crack at the top. I think did someone went and looked into it, right?
Yeah, I looked into the crack, and there was like weird, like bugs, if I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I only looked into this one.
I guess perhaps there were arthropods, not, who knows if there were specifically
Bugs.
Yeah.
which type of. Or maybe Vermin would be a better descriptor.
Vermin, yeah. All right, so it doesn't look like, with a strange laugh, and almost like a wry smile as you plug uh, Gaius Augustus Licinius with arrows. Um, he falls to the ground and collapses in that pile of bodies and body parts. So I guess, what would you like to do next?
I think Gerfred would look at Corvair and say, "Do we just want to go down there?" And point at the one she was looking at.
Well,
Oh, these are closed. These are closed, Amy.
Well, one of
So
the
like
ones that I looked in was not closed.
Yeah, this one here.
I think you
the
looked
rubble,
at
the rubble
far
pile.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
There's also like an entrance.
Is he dead?
He's not moving.
Mostly dead.
Yeah.
Like the Princess Bride, mostly dead.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to jump down there,
is there any reason to not make him all dead?
I'm pretty certain he'll be
What do you mean?
all dead.
What do you mean, make him all dead?
Kill him if he's not completely dead.
I think he's.
Yeah, I mean, I guess technically he's defeated, right? So you
Yeah.
guys can do whatever that rules as written, like when you take him down to a nemesis type character, down to 3 wounds, unless he's a giant special thingy, then he's defeated. So he's just kind of lying there, bleeding out if you don't do anything with him, or if they have. And I don't have any threat, so I have no fortune to use. So
Do you
I used all my threat. They made me use all this 20 threat. No, it wasn't 20, but it was pretty high. I used a lot of it. But also, they have no momentum right now.
Yeah.
You want me
At
to
the
save him?
Well,
No.
Gerfred is going to want to jump down there and pull her arrows and get them back, because why waste perfectly good arrows on a perfectly not good Roman? That'd be her opinion.
I think it's
I mean,
pretty nasty down there is the thing.
yeah, I think everyone made their the stress.
Yeah,
roll
I think there's
about it, but
yeah.
I've got to keep track because of the spell I cast last time. I have a temporary scar. The fates must be balanced.
okay. Oh yeah, because you got.
Until the Oracle rolls a complication on the skill test.
Am I the Oracle?
I'm the Oracle.
Okay.
So
Dude.
after the cast,
Do we get
until I roll a complication on the skill test, it increases the complication range of my target skill by +1 until it's resolved.
Okay.
But then once I actually roll a complication, it goes away. If that makes sense.
Right.
So I think no, not yet.
Okay.
All right. So someone did see a tunnel entrance there on the wall of the pit, but there's also a glimpse of something golden at the bottom of the pit as well. And we already made our I think willpower, or the equivalent of willpower, to check it out. So you could climb down there.
I mean, we have ropes. Is there somewhere we could tie a rope and go down?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could do that. You don't need to make a roll.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess the question for me is, do we want to go down the pit directly, or do we want to try to go down one of the other entrances? I mean, the chimney seems like the main one. The crack probably we aren't going to fit through, it seems like. But we could try to go down through the chimney and then make our way through whatever underground structures there instead of going directly through the pit.
Yeah. I mean, Gerfred's only desire in the pit is to get her arrows back, and then she'll climb right back up. She'd rather go through one of the chimneys. Death doesn't upset her, but she just would rather go a cleaner way.
Okay. Yeah, you can recover your arrows.
Okay.
That's fine. And finish him off if you want. Pull out
Yeah.
a knife and finish him off.
I'm assuming that she just take
Well,
an
or-
arrow and finish him and then get back up.
I was going to suggest we could be really sneaky, and it seems like the worms don't come out for a little while until after they die, and we could leave them to bleed out for a little longer before the worm is gonna, take back over.
Yeah, well, when you go down and look at and examine him curiously,
He attacks me, right?
no,
Gonna say.
no, that would be mean. Yeah, you do notice that he has like, yeah, as you kind of recover your arrow, you have to kind of like tear at his tunic and and check things out. And it definitely has a lot of his veins are. I mean, you kind of pointed out to Appion, and you could do a difficulty 0 medicine Appion because you suspected that he was a opium addict. However,
There's something wrong with them. Yeah, we never would be. He was dodgy about it. So we're doing medicine.
Yeah, but it's a 0.
Okay.
No.
Probably reason.
Yeah, reason medicine.
Reason.
Or it could be occult.
Mm.
Let me see what I got here. Occult? Is that a skill?
Is there an occult? I mean, it's probably
No,
a
it's
focus. Is it history?
there's survival mysticism. There's academia, philosophy, religion.
Yeah, it could be religion, academia.
But then I have, let's see,
There's
personal truths, a student of the occult.
Oh, so then
Yeah.
yeah. Cool. Okay. Well, I mean, you're already at 0.
Okay.
Oh, actually, yeah. So you're at 0 either way. So maybe your medicine. You don't have to roll for this unless you want some momentum. Your medicine would say that's not when kind of Gerfrid, recovers her arrows, and you look at like the patterns of veins. He really doesn't have like track marks that would suggest injections at least, but his veins are like discolored. The veins on his wrist are almost black.
Okay. So now we want to do something for occult. So
Yeah, and your truth lowers it to 0. So,
but I'm at a +1 on any complications. I don't know if that I'm still kind of getting.
so 19 and 20. Okay, 19 and 20 is a complication.
Okay. And so so you're saying use reason?
Yeah, reason academia, and if you have reason academia, I guess.
Would religion apply?
Yeah, sure. As a
Two.
focus.
There we go. Difficulty.
0 right now because you
0.
have student of the occult.
Gerford's gonna help and tell Appian, I don't think he's quite right. Just saying.
Okay, there we go. 2 successes and a guidance and momentum.
Yep. Well, one success.
I'm sorry, 1 success and a momentum.
Yeah.
So Gerford, if we go down the other chimney, really like to set these piles on fire. Because
what did I learn?
Yes. What did you learn?
He's dead.
You got a momentum. That's what you learned. All right.
You learned he's dead.
So as you kind of follow, the vein pattern, and it kind of looks like it goes like almost he had some sort of blood disease, but again, wouldn't be black. Black is almost like you'd see that in someone who's dead, right? Maybe.
Yeah.
So then when you kind of follow it, you see that he has a large tattoo on his torso. And the tattoo is an abstracted form. It is a ragged spiral that covers his chest, radiating out from the center of his sternum. I'm sure I have a freaking picture somewhere, but I don't have it ready. Apologies. The spiral ends above his diaphragm where it connects to a stylized, misshapen humanoid figure with large, outstretched hands that appear to end in claws. And you identify this, and maybe because you are uh, from Egyptus, it makes sense. But this identifies with a cult that is in the upper, is it right, Upper Nile region, like far Upper Nile, like maybe even confluence of the Blue and White Nile. Some cult called the Bloody Tongue.
Hmm. The Bloody Tongue.
Yep.
Can Gerford hand her torch to Apion and climb back up?
Yeah, it's not a problem.
She's like, hey.
Yeah, you're scanning and then those bodies, and
I suggest you light them on fire when you're done mesmerizing yourself, sir.
yeah, I don't know if you, I'm sure you brought kindling and stuff, but
Well, I mean, Augustus had clothing on,
yeah,
and there's enough bodies around that I'm sure we could throw some of the grass, the dead grass and stuff on them to get it going.
okay. Well, just give me a survival roll.
Survival.
Hmm.
So there's other things that go with it. Let's see, survival. Because I have
Reason?
I have reason, survival, and I have hunting and tracking. Would either of those work? But I have a talent. Hold on. I have a survival kit, which allows me to start fires and includes a tinder box. And then I also
Okay.
have eye for weakness, keen-eyed, numb to horrors,
Right.
woodwise.
Well, the kit is going to lower. It's going to create a truth and lower the difficulty to 0. So you can
Okay.
go ahead and roll your
Reason, survival.
yeah. So you light the fire for sure, but this is like a momentum gain. Oh, hey, by the way, BJ, you did roll a complication. You
I
rolled
did?
20. You did roll a 20 on that. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So I get a threat.
Difficulty
So
0,
now
Carl.
Yeah. Difficulty
cleared
0. Yeah.
cleared my scar then.
Nice.
There we
Oh,
go.
so 3
Two
momentum.
bonus momentum.
Yeah. All right. So you light that charnel pit on fire.
I hope you climbed out, Apion.
Yeah.
Otherwise we have to pull you up much quicker.
No, he didn't climb in there. You're the one that climbed in there, and you kind of were kind of in a way disrobing him to recover your arrows, and Appian saw that.
Okay.
Okay. So which way are we going to go now?
Down the chimney that I looked at over there by the rocks and rubbly thing. This.
Okay. All right.
This one over here.
Anything else we want to do here with this?
I don't think so. I guess we should make sure, have Appion look at himself and Justianus to make sure that they're not, suffering from any injuries from their exertions or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they were.
No, I don't think so either. But Corvair knows that you can be wounded without even realizing it sometimes.
Yeah. And then I think his little thingies are gone now.
It's,
Right. Well, this passes Gaius Augustus Licinius. Right. So you go. The chimneys are looks like a vertical shaft about 15 feet deep, 4.5 meters, and this also has stone slabs on it. Same type of slabs that are very ubiquitous in this area. So yeah, if you use a rope, it's controlled, so it's not going to be an issue.
Yeah, I'm
Although I
assuming
guess
we would.
the last person is going to have to climb or something. I guess, right? I mean, I don't know how you or
Well, wouldn't we tie
I guess you could. Yeah, pythons, right?
Yeah, I mean, well,
Yeah, climbing gear and stuff.
I mean, I'm assuming we're going to go down the same way we come back up.
Okay.
And I mean, Gerford has climbing. Let me look at her stuff. I know we took ropes and stuff with us. And I have a bow and a spear.
Yeah, I know you guys have rope.
Cloak.
Yeah, I think we can just tie off a rope up here and climb down and leave it because we're going to come back the same way, presumably.
Yeah.
And
So
it
you kind of light a torch and
says,
go down.
Or if we aren't coming back the same way and we have to leave quick and we can't retrieve our rope, we're not going to be worried about getting the rope.
Yeah.
no,
Yeah. I mean,
because we had the whole thing with us and Gaius paid for it, so it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
We could leave it with him.
okay. Yep. So I don't know if you can see it, I have, like highlighted here. So you kind of go down with the ropes to the down the pit,
Okay.
and you see with your
This little bit.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that little bit up there. I'm trying to see if oh yeah, I guess the torch. If we use like D&D torch rolls, this opens up into a chamber that way, and this kind of continues like that. And I think you spot like at the edge of the light to the let's just say the top is north. I'm not sure, but so you see like a pile of rags over here, and then this opens into a chamber, and then this kind of continues into darkness that way.
Well, do we want to check out the rags first? Because it seems like logic would dictate we go this way, but it's not a good idea to go off that way without checking to make sure there's nobody on either other side. What do you guys think?
I was thinking we'd go to the chamber first just to see
That's
what
fine.
else is down here.
Fine with that. What about you, BJ?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay. So you go into the chamber. This looks like it was once a sleeping area, but I think you guys have killed like you killed like three in the town. There are two in the town, right? And then four more, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the at the at the little village. So you killed
Yeah.
two in Vindabona and then four more
Yep.
in the yeah. So it looks like maybe this was like a sleeping area. There are filthy reed mats on the floor, um, or yeah, straw mats, I guess, on the floor, or straw is just piled in there. And the rest of the room though is piled high with miscellaneous collection of coins, jewelry, um, ancient artifacts, and they all
Okay.
look very similar in style to the um, the Sarmates mirror type of thing, right? That kind of art
Okay.
motif.
Are there like buckets or anything around? Because I'm thinking if we took like buckets and stuff, we could load it in there and then we could
No,
have.
it's definitely going to be a major undertaking, but it's quite valuable.
Well, yeah, I mean,
If you carry it, and there's so much stuff here, but if you carry it, it's probably worth about well, you have mules, don't you? You have animals, think pack animals.
horses. We had a horse. I thought we got
Yeah,
horses, so
I think
we
it was.
could.
I think you had mules or donkeys. But
Well, either way, Gaius Augustus is not coming back with us, so his mount can carry things.
mhm.
Yeah, I
you
think
could
we had a
probably,
mule train.
yeah, you could probably take out about 5,000 sesterce. I think is that, am I right in that? That's the currency, right?
It's one of, right? There's three different.
The, say the gold piece equivalent.
I mean, we're not rushed, so it seems like we could get it all up and
Well, not everything. You just don't have but you could each take about 5,000.
oh, each.
Yeah, 5,000 each of whatever I don't even know what the currency is. If they even use currency, and finally that came up in
Well, they.
cohorts. I mean,
Oh
obviously
yeah,
they did
in
in
cohorts they
Rome.
don't really. I don't think.
Um, arms and equipment, counting coins. We really don't. So I guess you basically you're going to create a truth.
Well, I was just going to put a note that says 5,000 S of coins and artifacts on my equipment.
Well, I don't know if we want to take treasure from here because isn't that what went wrong with the expedition that Ikarian talked about?
Yes. Didn't they have coins? Did he make a reference to coins though? Let's see.
Let's check the text. A city and barrow filled with gold, pried out a large section of the gold, exhausting themselves
Okay.
in the attempt. So I think it's just treasure from in
They
here.
just if they had to pry it out, it wasn't just
Yeah,
coins.
there's nothing. There's nothing
And
to
then
pry. There's nothing to pry from in here.
Yeah.
And then
So
there was a golden ward.
Yeah, you guys have it. You brought it with.
Does it
I'm
look?
assuming.
We're looking for. Do we see anything that looks similar?
Um, not here in the chamber. No.
Okay. Keep an eye out for that.
So you want to leave it here? Leave the treasure here?
We might return it once we figure out what's going on.
Okay.
It seems like we ought to leave it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, anyway, so there's a lot of treasure in here, but nothing else.
Okay. So do you want to go to the opposite side now and check it out before we go down the corridor, or what would you like to do now?
That sounds good to me.
Okay. Head off.
Very, very, very cautiously.
Arlen,
Okay.
does that work for you?
yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. So as you kind of move in that direction, as you move in this.
Do those faces in the wall look? Are those like mummified? Do those look like mummies?
Which ones? On here?
Yeah, the little. It shows like what the walls look like.
Oh no,
is that
that's
everywhere?
those are frescoes, but on the Golden Ward. No, those are frescoes that are outside on that sort of on the perimeter wall.
Okay, that one looks like it's got a head wrap. I didn't know if these look like mummy.
No, they're like carved. They're like frescoes carved. These
Okay.
things, right? Yeah. All right. So it looks like when you come to this intersection, you start seeing that on the walls. On the walls, you start seeing that sort of a gold inlay.
Mm-hmm.
Like it starts like here and goes that way, and then continues like on the floor, and then creeps up to the wall, along the wall, all the way around. Or it looks well. At least it follows the wall. Right.
Does it look like the thing we have?
It does.
piece?
It does, but it doesn't look broken.
Okay. So
Anywhere.
there's a missing piece somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then, like I said, there's a pile of rags over here.
We don't have a 10-foot pole, do we?
No.
To poke the rags with. Anybody have a spear? Shoot an arrow at it.
I mean, I do have a spear. I don't know how long my spear is. I have a spear and a bow. I could poke it. You just want me to poke it?
You got to move up to it and check it out.
Is that what you want me to do, BJ? You want me to take my spear?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking, like from a distance, stand back and with the tip of your spear, just kind of
Stab it.
scrape, try to move it around, see if it.
Okay, I'll do
So
that.
like one square is about 30. Is like 10. Sorry, 10 yards. So one square is like 30 feet. So I guess when you get, as you move forward and trying to get closer to it, you see there's like what is that X thing? Oh, that's under a closed chimney, I guess. That X. But this right here, so when you get about 20 feet away, yeah, okay.
She's a little bit big for it.
Well, this is representing the party. I mean, it's all kind of theater, right?
Right, but trying to make her
Yeah.
smaller, but that's all right.
It's okay. So when you get to about 20 feet,
Mhm.
the nature of this pile of rags becomes more obvious. I will show you the picture.
It's another one of these long tongue things.
No, it's not.
Hmm.
It's some sort of mummified corpse.
Now, when you say mummified, is this mummified in the Egyptian style?
No, like mummified, like
It's
it's
just
been
just
here a while,
desiccated, just
desiccated. Yeah,
desiccated. Okay,
yeah.
so not preserved, just desiccated.
Hmm. So you see like something white and glistening. Oh, actually, give me a yeah. So you see that, and then since you're close enough, you can make um, observation. I think it's observation in this game.
Um, what do you want to go with the observation? Agility, brawn, coordination, gravitas, insight, reason, or will?
Probably insight.
Insight, observation.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have a focus that applies? I do not believe I do. No.
Keen-eyed, maybe.
That's a talent. It's not a focus.
Oh, right. Yeah. No focus. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm just being honest. What's the difficulty?
Well, it's one, but what is keen-eyed? What's the talent keen-eyed do again?
Um, I'd have to cancel all this out to get to it. Hold on.
Sorry. Because it could be a truth that lowers.
I have eye for weakness. Keen-eyed is observation. Your eyesight is as sharp as an eagle. The increased difficulty of perception checks for zones beyond close is reduced by 1, and you increase the effective range of your ranged weapon by
Okay.
1 zone.
All right. So no, it doesn't lower it. So one
I
difficulty.
mean, I have numb to horrors, if that's what you were
Yeah.
thinking.
Right.
But that gives me +6 to my courage. And then I
No, it's not.
have, but I don't think anything applies to this.
Okay.
So now I'm back over here again. So it'd be insight, observation, no focus. And what's the difficulty?
1.
Wow.
So
Very successful.
it's a 5 momentum now. Yep. So you see that there's something white and glistening moving in the eye socket of the skull of that thing.
Okay. Can I take one of my arrows out and stab it?
Yep. I don't have a. Do I have enough threat? I think I might have enough threat to do something first. Do you move up there and try to stab it?
Well, I'm trying to spear it.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty certain this is one of those like
Oh.
little worms. Just stab it
Yeah.
with my arrow. Because, I mean, the spear, I'm going to go through the entire body. But if I just grab one of my arrows and try and spear it, I think it's small enough to fit in an eye socket.
Mm-hmm.
It is it's wearing some kind of armor, it looks like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is it leather armor, metal armor? Looks like metal from the picture.
I think it's 2. Is it 2 threat to keep the initiative?
Yeah, 2 threat and 2 momentum.
All right. So since I have 2 threat, I'm going to use them. So as you approach the thing, it tries to grab you.
I'm
It
a
just
spear away from it. And I have an arrow in my hand, so whatever.
well, you said you're going to
It's,
stab it with an arrow, right?
Yeah, with my arrow.
It's going to cost you a 3rd threat because of my predator senses.
Oh, really? So I can't do
Yeah.
it.
Well, you have to pay 1 more threat to. I think technically you'd only have to pay the 1 threat to go first. Normally,
I thought it's 2 to go first. But...
well, it's 2 to steal if you've already gone.
Oh, okay. I think it's. Let me see.
But I have a talent that makes you have to pay 1 if you want to go first.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, then I wouldn't have enough then because I can't give you momentum to use threat. But
Nope.
let me check. Oh, wrong. But um,
But if it would only cost you 1 and then he makes you spend an extra, then you just have to use the 2, I think. Because you hadn't gone yet, I don't believe.
right. Let's see.
I mean, if you want to attack me, that's fine. It's just a little worm.
Wow. You say that.
I say that, but I mean, if he has 3 momentum and it would only cost him 1 to do that, and you're making him use 2, then he technically has enough.
Yeah. It looks like it. I think it's 2.
Is it 2? I mean,
Yeah, I don't.
it's up
Oh,
to
there's
you.
that.
You're the GM, but if the rule is you only need 1, then I get attacked. It doesn't matter. I'll take it.
Yeah. Well, so I use both my threat. Just I'm just making it dramatic. So it's going to like you get up to try to stab. Well, you see it as a worm. As you get up to try to stab it. The whole thing doesn't animate, but the arms, I guess, animate enough so that it moves to attack you.
But it doesn't have a weapon, so.
No, it's just trying. It's trying to grab you, I guess.
That's funny.
Yep. Okay. So, right, so it's going to be that target number.
I don't know how to tell you what my target number is.
No, it's I have to. It's like basically my and I just remember I had to because I had to like restart my computer. I had to reopen everything. So, but it gives me an idea.
But the good news is, Arlen, I did get 2 extra bonus momentum rolling for my insight.
Yeah, she did.
Nice.
Yep. Yeah. Coopers are right 3 and okay.
Did you roll?
Not yet. So I have to roll less than, right? Less than 2d20. Right.
I think so. I mean, I have armor too.
Yeah. That didn't roll. Oh, I got 1 success. So it grabs you, but I don't think it does like damage.
I have armor 2 and courage 6. I don't know what the courage does, but
Yeah, I don't think it. Yep. It doesn't. It just. Oh, it does. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't. It does like not a lot of damage. Okay.
does it do any?
I might not do any. It depends on how I roll. But more like that. Yeah. Nothing. Doesn't do any damage, but it's grabbed you.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. I don't have no threat for it for the monsters to continue, so you can stab at the little larva thing.
Yeah, I'll stab
Yep.
it.
All right.
You need me to roll?
Yes.
Okay, so we go to my weapons, equipment. Do you want me to roll for the spear? Because how do I roll for just 1 arrow?
Do you have like a dagger or something?
I have a spear and a bow.
You can
Well-
probably roll for the spear and just do less damage.
Yeah,
'cause
do
it's the
less
same
damage. Right.
melee attack.
Right.
Okay.
So do you want to take any dice? You have 5 momentum.
You could roll spear attack and then do bow damage, right? Because it's the same
Yeah.
arrow.
Mhm.
Okay. How much momentum do we have, Carl?
5.
I'll take. What do you think, Arlen? 1 or 2? DJ, do you care?
I don't care. I mean,
Well, it's 1 or 3
Yeah.
basically.
Oh, I'll take
Because
one.
Take 1.
Take one.
Okay. All right. So it's just whatever you use for.
I rolled
for
it.
I don't see anything.
I did roll it. I'll try again because I put in the extra die. Did it just do one of these things? Okay, it did this where it went behind the page.
Yeah, behind the page. Yeah.
What's the
little pop-up.
difficulty?
I'm
at
it's
point.
based on
Oh, it's based on it, right?
yeah. It rolls a defense and you roll an attack.
Yep.
Well, it's asking me what the difficulty is for my attack.
You just put in 1 for.
Put it in 1. Yeah. Okay.
Dice. Okay.
2 successes. And I roll 1 success. So you succeed.
Okay, so you're
with one-
saying do just the damage from the bow?
Yeah, the bow. Yeah.
So hit over here. Number of stress is 4. Number of effects is 1 piercing.
So 3 piercing 1, I think. Except for you rolled twice. I don't know why I rolled twice. So
I don't
3
know. I only
That's
know.
good. So 3 pierce 3. Okay. I think that's enough. Is that enough? Not quite. All right, you stab it.
I don't know why it rolled twice. I only hit it once.
Yeah. So you damaged the crap out of it, but it's still not quite destroyed, I guess.
Okay.
But you have it like you stab it skewered on your arrow, and the mummified corpse is like writhing around as if mimicking what's going on there. I don't have any other actions, guys. So Corvair or Appian.
I'm happy to come up and do a bit of melee work.
yeah.
If-
Is this different from something we faced before?
No, it's like she saw like a little larva in there and tried to stab it, but the creature it must have animated the corpse. And
Okay, so this isn't one of the vampires. It's just an animated.
it might have been a long time ago,
Okay.
but now it's just a larva that's been there maybe for a long
Right,
time.
here. I'll see if I can't finish this one off. All right, I'm going to take 1 momentum for 3 dice. I'll do my difficulty 1, and Carl, you can roll your defense.
All right.
Wow.
Look at that.
4 successes.
Oh wow!
I got 0 successes, so I think you.
So I've probably got this one, but let's just see.
Did you use any momentum?
No, he put 3 in though.
I used 1, so we're up
Okay.
to 6. And then that's I get to reroll 1 of those also. So here, 1 more. Nothing on the last one. Oh no. Oh well. 4 stress and 2 piercing.
Okay. A 4 stress and 2 piercing.
Yep.
All right. Did you use? So the momentum is now 6.
Momentum is at 6 because I used 1 and put 3 back.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you destroy it. Probably cut the mummified body in half too.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. I mean, why miss the opportunity to have like a mummy in a pyramid?
Yeah. Where did that larva go? And is it the larva in it? Still?
Yeah, it was like in it. It was like writhing, kind of writhing around in its skull, and now like Corvair kind of just like split the skull in half, and the larva is like
It's
Okay,
still on
killed
the
the larva,
arrow.
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
You probably destroyed the arrow.
I would like to perform an autopsy.
On the larva?
I mean, well, I just want to examine the body and the larva and just see what I can learn.
I'll hand you what's
I
left
guess.
of
I guess
the
not
arrow.
so much. I guess maybe not so much an autopsy as it is just a
Yeah, examining it.
what can be learned here from the body and from the larva.
Yeah.
That's so very
Post-mortem.
doctor of you.
Yes.
A post-mortem.
This is called forensic anthropology. I just invented it.
Right.
Yeah.
You should patent that.
Yeah, I mean, it
just
doesn't.
invented that too.
Yeah, it's a wasted form. It's like it's one of the remains, probably of a victim. Unfortunately, it doesn't have like a bunch of larvae in it. It seems like there's only one in there
Okay. And
left.
is this one of those things that we'd seen before?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
like one of those.
All
He's
right.
got those little maggoty things.
Okay. And his armor is what can you tell about his armor?
It looks like bronze Thracian armor. It's probably like green. That's why it has greenish patina. I think I found something.
Okay, so it would date back to
Yeah.
the expedition we've been told about.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yes. I mean, if you wanted to add that to the pile, you could take it as a collector's item.
The larvae?
But
if it's not if
No,
if the,
no, no,
arm,
the-
if the
the
armor
armor.
isn't part of the treasure that was stolen, yeah, it might be worth polishing up and
yeah.
it's an artifact.
Might as well. Is there any spears or swords or anything that go with it?
No, everything else would have been decayed, or I mean, it's heavily. It's almost like it's been submerged in water because it's so damp and drippy in here. But yeah, it's almost like it's like a bog mummy or something.
Okay, more of a bog mummy, not a.
Yeah,
Okay.
it did say desiccated, but maybe it doesn't make sense. But that's okay. Maybe it's not supposed to make sense.
Well, that's kind of no. That would be suspicious though that you have a dried up, desiccated corpse in a damp environment.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So now, do we want to go this way or this way, or back down
I'd say
this one?
say keep going forward.
Arlen, what's your vote?
Forward or left.
I'm happy whatever direction.
Okay. Looks like we're going this way.
Okay. You get to the end there, and you kind of look down. Looks like there's still all that sort of gold lining the wall.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably valuable.
I'm not taking the gold. We'll take the armor.
Are we kind of able to tell? I mean, I can tell from the map, but are we able to kind of intuit that there's chimney number 2, and then we turn a corner and here's the chimney?
Yeah, pretty much.
We're making the perimeter of the
Right. Yeah, that's what it seems like.
whatever this is.
Mm-hmm. Definitely is what it seems like.
Okay.
So would this have been a door back here?
Where are you pointing?
Here?
No, that's the chimney. You look up and you see the chimney, but it's capped
Okay.
as opposed
Alright.
to the one that you came down in. It's
All right. I guess
Yeah.
we'll keep going.
all right. And if you turn the corner there and shine the light, you see this.
This thing.
I think I have.
Puddle.
Yeah, I see like a puddle. Guess you're not approaching it from. Yeah, here we go. Oh, I have a show for players.
Oh, there's a missing.
Yeah, there's a crack in the wall there, and it smells awful. It's a pool of, huh?
Is it water?
No, it's a pool of rancid white fat that
Ew.
is dribbled from the crack. The stench is almost unbearable, and the surface of the pool moves constantly. And then you see like there's 3 of those maggoty things underneath in the pool.
Can I take my torch and try to light it on
Yeah.
fire?
Let's try to learn a lot. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Start a grease fire.
Back up, you two. I just want to start it on fire.
Oh,
Just
beautiful.
a little bit.
All right.
Hold
Apparently,
your breath.
yeah. All right. So, Amy, so you're gonna need to make a difficulty 2. You light it on fire. It just catches, and this black smoke just. So everyone's gonna have to make a roll here.
Well, on what? Because I have some feats, some talenty things. Like I'm numb to horror, and
It's not horror. It's just nasty.
But this
It's gonna
says
be.
Run back around the corner to the open
It's
chimney.
gonna be it's gonna be resilience. So
says
probably.
let me finish this. You may re-roll 1d20 on any skill test to determine whether or not you gain a mental scar or are feared.
No, it's just not that.
However, others find your distant manner off-putting, increasing your complication range of all persuasion-based tests you make by +1 when using numb to horror. So I'm not using that.
No.
Okay.
It's going to be a gravitas resilience fortitude roll.
Gravitas resilience. And you said what? Gravitas resilience.
Mhm.
I have to see if I have a focus that I think I have some. Let's see, I have this is in the way. Gravitas. Fortitude, discipline, immunity. No, I don't think I have a focus that would apply. Hunting,
Okay.
sneaking, tracking, archery, and climbing do not apply.
You guys have 6 momentum. Does anyone want to use momentum for that roll?
I don't think so. You said difficulty 2?
Everybody's doing difficulty 2.
Yeah.
All right, difficulty 2,
Oh,
gravitas.
I failed.
Yep.
Guess I should have used 1. That's all right. Whatever.
I mean, you have fortune if you wanted to. You guys have 2.
I
You have
don't
2.
have fortune because you said I didn't get it back. Well, actually, I
It
asked.
says 2 out of 3.
Oh, okay. I'll use
no.
1. And then what happens? If I use 1, I re-roll it?
Gonna re-roll both of them, yeah.
Okay, the gravitas. And I'll take a momentum this time.
Can you do that? I don't think you can do that.
On a
After
re-roll?
the fact. Yeah, after the fact, I don't think you can do that.
Okay.
You just get to re-roll what you rolled.
Resilience. No. 2. Failed again.
Okay.
But it says dice rolled 2, number of successes 1, bonus momentum 0. So I must have only been good on 1, right?
Yeah, you only succeed on one of those dice. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay,
All
so
right.
everyone else.
So I didn't start it on fire?
You lit it on fire. It just all
Okay.
this black. It catches easily, and then within seconds, so it emits thick clouds of black smoke. Of course, the larvae also burn up. Probably.
And this is a what roll? Brawn or
Gravitas observation.
gravitas?
I guess it could have been brawn. Shit, sorry. Maybe it should have been brawn, not gravitas. Sorry, I forgot. They do have like a. Yeah, maybe it should have been brawn. You think?
I don't know. I was just.
What are we? Are we trying to like not breathe in too much of the smoke? Is
Yeah. The smoke is like poison. So you can re-roll that, Amy. Sorry.
Okay, so it's brawn what?
Brawn and resilience. And
Brawn and resilience.
yeah.
And okay.
Yeah, I forgot about brawn. Sorry about that.
Difficulty 2.
Wow, there you go. Oh, that's Appion.
And
Gerfrid's good. Yeah,
I got 2 successes.
nice. Oh, and
Appion you got 1 more than you needed because you got 3 successes. I'll take Appion's extra success for another die.
okay,
That'll leave us at even for the
6.
momentum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do that.
Well, you could you didn't deduct my momentum, right, Carl? Because I didn't use 1.
No, I didn't use them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yay!
Nice.
Nice.
We're all successories.
Yep. All right, so you guys quickly realize, oh wow, and um,
It smells like
maybe
barbecue.
maybe from burning bodies, you like remember to put rags on your faces, um, and yeah, it just keeps going, keeps burning, and those guys in there, the larvae that are in there, they probably start cooking.
Can we back up some, or does it
Yeah, you can back around easily now.
back over here? Just until the fire dies down some.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those things just like pop like in there. Yep, they cook. So yeah, it's gonna be like a. You guys have to unfortunately like fall back because the smoke just kind of billows, right? You have to
Oh.
fall back to like
Well,
fall back to
Well,
to the opening area as
Yeah.
it kind of billows around.
Plus, it right when it sets on fire, it's going to suck all the oxygen out of the tunnels, right?
Probably
yeah, so we might as well go back to where we came in, where the air is. So
yeah. So you can like stand there. The smoke kind of lingers. Um,
I mean,
But we
just
saw the
yeah,
yeah.
we saw the break in the like running gold freeze sort of thing, right? And we know we've got that piece that we found
Mhm.
back in Vindabona. So seems like that means,
We can
and
put
there
it
was the
back.
whole, yeah, that's what they said
Yeah.
is that in Ikarian's
Yeah.
memoir that it was about prying out that piece. So I guess we should, once the fire dies down, we could go try to put it back in place
yeah,
or something.
Can we look
yeah.
down
It
here?
kind of
Well,
stinks back there.
Yep.
can we go?
Yeah,
Smelly.
yeah. Afterwards, it takes about like an hour to burn. It's that much.
Yeah.
Crap.
Right, but while that's burning, can we look down here a little bit more?
You guys have to like wait and stand under there because the smoke just like billows all the way around, right?
Okay.
And yeah,
Okay. What about down this hall?
yeah. You can go down to this hall if you wanted to.
Okay. My character's
Explore.
too big to go down there, but
Yeah,
that's
if you wanted to explore that hall, that leads to like the opening where the charnel pit is.
okay. Was there anything in the pit worth looking at?
Well, there are some coins. I mean, when you were down there, actually, you probably picked up some coins, but I don't know if it was worth. Let's see, charnel pit.
Well, we decided
There's a few.
we're not taking any treasure with us. We'll take that armor, but not like stolen treasure.
I mean, well, as you guys you kind of have to probably climb out of there. I mean, there's no pressure, no hurry right now.
Mhm.
Maybe there's a little bit of shaking from the pyramid, like a small tremor, which is disconcerting. But I don't think because no one looked in the crack, right? Or you did? Someone did look in the crack.
I looked in the crack just a little bit, but I
Oh,
didn't.
but you're okay, I think.
Yeah, I was okay.
He just saw little squirming larvas is all he saw.
Mhm.
So I'd come back up and tell you guys what I saw.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you guys have to wait a while, but there's no hurry. So there's still like a lingering black smoke, but at least it stopped billowing. You probably have to actually climb out of there for a little bit and cool off, get some good fresh air. As you go back down, there's like like a layer of like smoke on the ground as you make your way back towards that area. But the thing is gone now. That was the big challenge. Is like, and everyone made it, which was nice.
Yeah.
Everyone made their resilience.
So all that fat is gone.
Yeah, it's like a gone now.
Can we
Although
tell?
there's like
Was
I
it
don't know.
oozing from that crack in the wall?
It was oozing from that crack in the wall. Yep.
Can we put that piece back now?
Yes. So if anyone has some sort of art crafty type of thing,
Corvair,
I
Apion?
have 2 crafting. I don't have a specialty. but I do
Yeah.
have crafting.
I think it'd be like coordination or agility. Is it coordination is for like hand-eye, right? Agility is like dodgy. Is that right?
Yeah.
So it'd
Yeah.
be
Coordination for like fine
yeah.
work.
So coordination crafting, yeah, would
Is
be,
it look okay? So we'll
but
do
it's only
five.
difficulty one. I mean,
And
it's
we've
a
got a bunch of momentum if we want to
you have a
just make
bunch of
sure.
momentum if you want to make
You want
sure.
me to?
You
You want me to?
You could spend 3 momentum and get 2 extra dice.
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
Let's do that.
Yeah. Why take chances, right?
So in other words, I'm going to do. Let's see, coordination, but I'm going to add more die to the pool.
2 more.
Yeah,
And
if you kind of look,
add my crafting.
yeah,
Okay.
if you look in there, you can like see like just hordes of like maggots.
There we go.
Nice.
But yeah, you easily are able to, and you get 2 momentum back.
We like that.
You're easily able to repair it.
Good job. It's as if
Oh.
you were a surgeon up there, Mr. Appian.
Yeah, and if there are any of these, like if we pan out and look around in the region of the Montes Samitici, maybe there might have been a couple other of these Duagdur lingering around that didn't quite get the call, and they slowly wither away and die. And
So have we found an entrance into the actual Area 11?
no, it's basically like a warded area. I mean, unless you want to pry open the cracks and
Oh no, okay, no, they told us that whatever evil is trapped under there.
yeah, it's trapped.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
the
so we're repairing the
trap.
ward.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Take that, evil god.
Yeah, take that, evil god.
Can't mess with the Romans. Well, actually, you can mess with the Romans. You can't mess with the non-Romans that do the Romans' bidding. Although this was...
if you wanted to pry open the cracks more, you could see what's actually in there.
The Picts might have a bone of contention with that assertion.
Yeah, I get so Appian, if you're really curious, you can kind of peek in there and stare as you're repairing.
Yeah.
If you wanted to look, you do.
Are those normal maggots in there, or are they just smaller versions of these larvae?
Well, give me a. Give me maybe. This is one of those fun things in a Call of Cthulhu game that sometimes you don't want to be too curious, but see if you even see what's in there.
But I must know. That's one of my personal truths.
Oh, is it really?
Know.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes, that's right. So you can choose to succeed, and that
Okay.
gives you an XP. Remember, that's one of your.
All right, I choose to succeed.
Yay! Success! It is given.
Choose to be complicated, I think is.
Yeah. Well, it is good. It might be a complication here because he's gonna have to make like a quote unquote sanity check. I'll describe what you see. You catch a glimpse of what's inside there as you're putting this thing back together.
Okay.
The sight of some sort of ancient monstrosity trapped in the darkness, and you get a vague feeling of dread. So a seething, semi-fluid mass of rotten, congealed white matter that writhes restlessly, folding in on itself. Bubbles of putrescence forming constantly on its iridescent surface. Occasionally, nodules of the flesh will break off and crawl like a mass of worms, and then they're reabsorbed. And there's so many maggots and husks and flies. There's a buzzing, and the stench is almost unbearable. So you need to attempt a sanity roll. So it'll be will resilience? I believe in this case.
Will. And then the resilience.
And wait, I'll tell you the difficulty in a second.
How about 0? 0 is a good number.
It's not going to be 0.
I tried for you, BJ.
I may take those 2 momentum back that I just
that you just put in there. That's
just
all
put
good.
in there.
Yes, will. Yeah, I guess it is resilience. Maybe discipline if you have that
Okay, I don't, but I
Um,
will take a couple of momentum if that's
Do-
okay with
Do
everybody.
you have
So,
anything?
so you take three. You're gonna take 2 dice, so that's 3
Yeah.
momentum. Okay.
Mhm.
But do you have a talent or anything that'll help with that?
I a talent.
Well, like
Let's
Uh,
I
see.
have a talent where I can re-roll things if I'm going to be scared of
Oh,
them, and
talents. Yeah.
mhm.
Let me look at
yeah.
my talents. Talents. The best doctor is also a philosopher, written stone, savant, occult
All
dabbler.
right. So it's gonna be a difficulty 3.
No, I don't have a talent that would.
Okay, I tried. Sorry.
So
We'll have
difficulty
to get you
3.
one.
Oh,
Oh, and a complication.
No, no complication. Oh,
Huh?
it is one complication.
It says number of complications, one.
1.
yeah.
Oh, why is your range extended? I don't understand. You got an 18, but you didn't get a. You got an
I
18.
don't.
You didn't get a 19 or 20. Or
I don't.
yeah,
It's
that's not a
just it's on my.
complication. All right.
I
Okay,
don't know
so you
why that would be on
failed.
there. I don't have anything.
So maybe we'll hear your character scream.
Griffith's just going to look at Corvair and say, "Why did he look? Why do they always look?"
What determines the complication range?
Yeah, I don't. It's normally it's 20, and if you're like injured or something, but you're not
Does
injured.
it is it
You don't
when
have a
you
wound.
increase the difficulty? Does that change the complication
It
range?
shouldn't. It shouldn't.
Okay, because that's the only thing I can see that's different from
Yeah.
what I previously rolled, where the
All
complication was
right.
20.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 stress. So that's a wound, quote unquote wound. Do you have any courage armor?
I have 2 courage.
So you only take 3 stress. That's good. So you saw something foul in there and quickly able to regain your composure and hammer that last piece in.
Okay, what now? Where
3 stress.
was I? Was I already stressed? I was not.
Yeah. That's good that you have courage because that could have been a scar.
Okay, 3 stress.
Yeah. Cool.
It's not translating over to
Oh, it's okay.
my. I'll just do it this way. There we go.
All right.
Well, Burford's all for let's get out of the hole.
Yeah.
I think
No, but
Justianus says
were those maggots and flies were normal? They were just drawn to the
no. I
smell.
think you think there's something else. That was the god that was imprisoned in here. You think?
Oh,
They
can I
talk about.
like skewer a maggot with like a scalpel? Take it to study.
Well, there's like some blown up ones. It's the same type of maggots that you've seen.
Oh, so they are
The larva.
those larvae.
With
Okay.
larva. Yeah.
Okay, they're not just.
Not something different. You hadn't seen the flies though, but
Yeah, I could hear them.
you could hear them. No. But you don't know if that's could be part of that
Parcel.
creature. Part of that creature. So Justianius is like, I think the treasure is fine. We should take it.
So what did I learn? I mean, or is it just that I saw it?
Well, you get an XP for that, so you did learn
Okay.
something, right? So,
Mhm.
I guess in like the normal Call of Cthulhu, you could, well, you didn't, you would have failed your sanity and had just great, and then by that amount of sanity that you gained, you would have gotten some mythos, I guess. But you definitely got an XP because that's could be a potential complication. It was a complication.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I guess after we figured out about the actual kind of gold ceiling thing, seems like the rest of the treasure is probably not too
Right.
bad. I mean, it's a little weird, but who cares about that, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So now we're okay with lugging that up to the surface?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think it was the gold seal that
Okay.
caused the problem.
All right.
These
Yeah.
So
maggots. So if I'm putting it all together right, these things that are escaping the tomb are then turning people into vampires or whatever
Yeah. So
these
probably what happened.
vampire-like things are.
So you could probably piece together based on the Greek text that you found that they probably started to try to pry off the gold. So a lot of this gold is like you look and you think that when you examine it, because you examine it, it's not all right from the same time period. It's probably been gathered, and this is like their treasure hoard, and they've gathered
Okay.
over the course of several centuries. And the when they probably pried the gold ward from here, then those maggots started like popping out, and the putrescence of the whatever the hell is in there um, kind of was leaking out, and then those larvae probably infected that those Thracians, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then you said
Like
there were.
tapeworms.
Oh, those are gross. You said there was some coins and stuff down here too. And
Yeah, yeah,
then
yeah. But
I'll go grab those then. Because
well, I mean, basically, you guys are like, I mean, I guess if you create a truth, you guys are become wealthy if that's a thing.
Okay.
Because there's not like money, but you guys are like the equivalent of 5,000, of the coinage.
So I'll just put wealthy as my.
Yeah, you guys can create a
Truth.
truth like wealthy, right? I think that's what I think that's probably delineated in here. Let me see I'm sure there's a.
Yeah, I think it matters for character creation, but I don't know if it. I guess there's also
Oh, that's
like
right.
a
Yeah.
noble lineage
Don't we have
personal truth that you
Don't
can
we use
get.
kind of a wealth thing to when we try to
Yeah,
purchase
wealthy.
stuff?
Yeah, afford the advantage owned by the wealthy. Yeah, like a. So let me see. It's probably a truth. Only the wealthy can afford wealthy. Yeah, I just create that. That's probably the best thing. You create that truth,
Okay.
which probably means you guys can return to Rome and chill out for a while, and you know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty certain that if we go back to Rome, Gerfried is not going to flaunt any of her money. She's going to kind of contain
Yeah, but
some of that.
you guys. Well, Justianius, like as you guys leave and you make your way, uh, you know, down the mountain, you probably might even run into maybe the god was seeing the danger. The god was calling his people back,
Mhm.
Ugh.
and you find some of these desiccated duergar on the road as you
Oh, but killed they so they sealing it up killed them.
destroyed them.
Wow.
Um,
Did they
and
have
yeah,
did they have any treasure with them that we could
Yeah.
recover?
no, not really. I mean, there's
Loot the bodies.
right. No.
I play video games. Always loot the bodies.
The time-honored tradition in role-playing games: loot the
Mhm.
bodies.
Loot the
Yep.
bodies.
Right. Well, so Justianius has a proposal. Since now that we're kind of wealthy, we could probably ride in style back to Vindobona, or from Vindobona back to Rome. Um, I invite you. Perhaps we can invest in a abandoned villa. I'm sure there's been a
Perhaps
turnover
so.
of a senator here and there. But I think I will now write my next treatise, or perhaps maybe this is fascinating because he's took like a lot of notes, and you got the sort of tale of the
Mm.
Sarmatians.
Appian would like
Sarmatians
to
up here.
assist him in that if they go back to Rome because
Okay.
he has
Yeah.
a thirst for knowledge.
Right. He's going to call it the Hungry Dead.
Well, Gerford will tell him, I'll probably, if you want to buy something like that, I'll probably put some money in so that I have like some rooms and stuff. She's like, but I don't want to live much past what I have. I want to keep my money.
Hungry Dead.
Mhm.
You can option that to a playwright to do a stage production, but he'll probably deviate significantly from the source material.
They
Oh, for
always
sure.
do. They
Undoubtedly.
always
Undoubtedly.
do. Screen rights.
Yeah. Well,
Vampires, Coral, vampires.
well, this kind of concludes the Peru prologue or
That was great.
Germania prologue for us. And
Yeah.
if we want to continue, um, we would jump the time. There was a couple things I talked about. We could either have another adventure in Germania, but doesn't we don't really need it, I don't think, unless you think you guys need some more experience. We'll go over the XP probably here since this is kind of a shorter session, but then we would pick up, you know, down the timeline in Rome, as things pick up in the campaign and the Masks of Nyarlathotep campaign. But you have some clues which will be pertinent and
Yeah.
kind of interesting.
And our listeners can comment as to what they'd like to see. Another Germania or advance the timeline.
I mean, I'm thinking the way it kind of turned out here that you just kind of advance the timeline, especially since you guys are wealthy and there's really no. It's almost like, oh well, we can retire and live the life of obviously if not a noble, you can't buy a Senate seat, but maybe you can.
Well,
We wouldn't want. Well, Gerford
not
would
with
want one.
just one barrow's worth of treasure.
Yeah, that's probably true. Probably not with one barrow's worth of treasure, but you can live very well for a very long time, I would think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Gerfrid would say that she does not want to own slaves, but she'd be willing to employ, like a
well, like I
cook or
said,
something.
you guys have like a wealthy truth now. So
Yeah.
well, let's look at the XP and see what we get here.
Okay.
It was a shortened session, but we finished some stuffs.
Stuffers.
Yep. And then
Well, currently we have 4 XP.
I think, was it every 5 you can advance? Is that how that works?
10.
10? Is it 10?
10 XP for an advancement. All the advancements cost the same, but you can add one to an attribute up to 12. I think up to 12. You can add one to a skill up to 5. You can add a new focus to a skill. You can buy a new talent. I think that's the main things. There might be, what else might there be? I think there's also when you level up or just anytime between sessions, you can move points around. So like if you decide, I don't want as much of this one thing, right? You can like take down one skill point and pump it up somewhere else, basically.
Right. You know off the top of your head what page that's?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Oh, here it is. Character advancement. I found it. Okay. It's on page 144 in the PDF.
Arlen knew that. He was just,
No.
All right. So
I can remember a number
4.
of things from rule books, but not specific page numbers for rules.
So everyone gets 4 for completing the mission.
4 for completing the mission. So now we're at 8.
Yeah. Did anyone do a
Well, BJ got 1 extra XP for looking in the hole.
yeah.
That sounded wrong to state it that way.
Yeah. Invoking a personal truth, that's 5. So, did anyone pursue an agenda?
Well, I was pursuing an agenda, but I don't know that I succeeded. I'm trying very hard to hunt a great beast and seek an unusual or legendary beast in the region that would confer high status upon anyone who successfully hunted it.
My agenda is acquire lost knowledge.
Yep.
So I've learned that some sort of
You've learned about the bloody tongue.
some
You've
sort
learned
of
about the cult.
vampire spawning god thing is buried in a
Yeah.
pyramid in Germania.
Right. So spearing the larva of a god is not a great beast, correct?
No, it's not.
Okay, then I don't get an extra one. So I'm at 8.
Okay.
So we got 4 for the. You said how many for
four.
completing the mission?
4. You have 5, but I think since everyone also got I one more XP because I had to spend all my threat. I know I didn't spend 3, but I only had 2. So I did have 3 at one point because I think BJ got a. So I spent all my threat, so that's a 3 threat. So
We're at 9.
that's well. Okay. Well,
Well,
I think
BJ should be at 10.
yeah, and then
That including the one I got for
yeah.
the.
So BJ, you have everyone has 5, but BJ you have 6. Did anyone fail a skill test where they bought one or more bonus d20s? No. Amy almost did, but
But
we had
I
a
was
retcon.
rolling the wrong one. But yeah.
And I don't know, there wasn't really any heroism, I don't think. But I will give you another. Huh?
We did get rid of like all the, ultimately, I think our actions did make the world a better place, right? Which is what heroism
that's
is
fine.
about.
Well, I say that you took out Larkin, which seemed to be some sort of vessel for this cult.
Yep.
And you guys earned a truth wealthy. So that's 2 more XP for everyone, I think.
Okay, so we're at 11, and then BJ's at 12. So now we have our fortune points to 3.
You'll get all your 3 fortune points back, yeah. The next time we play.
Okay.
And everyone can spend XP to improve something, I believe.
Okay. So we have 11 for the night plus whatever we already had.
No, I think everyone had. I don't know how many people had. Amy had 4, so I think.
Yeah, I started with 4 also.
I started with 3.
Oh, so you're at 10. No, you're at 11 also because you got one more than us. Because
everyone has 11. Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's at 11, which means 1 purchase in between.
Yep. But we have a couple weeks to figure that out.
What page is that on again?
Page 144.
144. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. It tells you what you can do. Plus, you can retrain. Plus, you can address truths and scars. Yeah. So.
I guess I have to get rid of my secret of I hate Romans if I'm now wealthy in Rome.
Yeah, you might have to
still. I can
you
still.
You can maybe
still not trust them. I just don't like.
You can say mistrust of Romans as opposed to hate, right? It's a little after several years of like having to deal with them. Like I still don't trust them.
Or you could say like hates patricians. You could be like, well, yeah, the regular Romans. It turns out they're not so bad, but the rich ones.
Oh yeah,
which we are part of now. But
we're not really.
We're not citizens.
Not really Romans. Yeah.
I mean, I guess like a senator's family would be like filthy rich for the most part, right? As opposed to
Would I get rid of my nomad as my scar or truth? Because she's not nomadic if we're all living in a villa.
Well, one is from the culture. Well, your culture is Germanic, right?
My culture is Germanic, yeah.
Yeah, I guess nomad would probably change, right? You just have to think.
My background was nomadic because I moved around. I didn't have a home, but now
that might.
That doesn't change. That's just part of character creation.
Right,
nomadic?
But my personal truth was Germanic tribe, nomadic, touched by shadow. I have a secret, and now I have a secret. I mistrust Romans, most Romans, and wealthy, but I'm no longer nomadic. Or do I not take that away?
You can.
You can change the element under background should stay the same because that's for character creation, but the one under personal truths and scars, you could change it to a truth that reflects your new circumstances better.
So then the secret, the one that was a secret that you hated Romans is now
I mistrust them.
Yeah.
And I haven't replaced that other one then.
No.
I could put I hate worms, but that's not really true. Mm-hmm. I'll have to think on what I want to move up, though.
Yeah, you can also So you can improve an attribute, improve a skill, a gain a focus, or gain a talent. Right.
Well, I mean,
I thought you were moving up that tree.
I'm trying to. Because I have tracking and hunting and woodcraft, and I'm trying to get towards the thing with survival.
I thought there was that one scout archetype.
Right, and it's all survival based, but I think there was something else I had to have. I'd have to look it up, but
Oh, the hunter specialization. Oh, you have tracker. You got tracker, I thought last time,
right.
didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could do constantly watching self-sufficient or expert aim.
Is that a truth or
That's a talent.
talent? Okay. Well, we can add that before our next game.
Yeah.
Because I appreciate you running for us.
Yeah, that's good. We finished something. Yay.
Thank you, Arlen and BJ, for playing with me.
Oh, no
Yeah,
problem.
yeah.
Appreciate it. As a going joke, when Carl originally ran Cohors and we did a test, I played this one noble that had this hairpin. So I almost feel like Gertrude needs a hairpin of death, but doesn't fit her status. So it's pretty funny.
Yep. Cool. Well, thank you guys for playing. Thank you to our listeners for indulging us in our modification of Masks of Nyarlathotep for Cohors Cthulhu. So until next time, when we move the campaign to Rome.
Ooh.
So I definitely need to do some prep, and hopefully we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And anyone have anything else to add, or any comments or questions, the players?
Don't think so.
I will say so. BJ Boyd is the host of the Arcane Alienist podcast, and Arlen Walker is the host of Live from Pelham's Wasteland. So check those podcasts out, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you've enjoyed what we put forth tonight, and if there's nothing else, good night and good rolling.
Good night.
Right.
Alrighty. That was fun.